Good evening, YouTube. Welcome to the Reptile Barn. We have a fresh clutch of Philippine sailfin dragons to show you. And these are our newest hatchlings. Just came out of the egg, a couple days ago?
Yeah.
So the first couple of days are important. It doesn't seem like much, but watch what Caleb does. This is kind of the first step of socializing them. The more dedicated we are to doing this, the faster and more completely they acclimate, right, to people. So when these come out of the egg, they are prey to everything, right? Any other reptile, bird, rodent, mammal of any sort, large insect, anything can eat these guys. So their evolution has taught them to just flee from everything. Everything is a threat. If it moves, if it's bigger than you, if it looks like it could move, just run away, swim away, whatever the case may be, right? However, these captive bred animals have proven unbelievably fast at learning to trust people. They seem to be able to overcome that fear instinct very, very readily. I don't know why. To me, it's pretty evident though that
I would say only if you do it from early on, though.
Right.
The longer you wait to start, the harder it is to get them to trust you.
So you will notice if you sit here watching, even if you watched for 3 hours straight, Caleb is not grabbing them. He is not restricting them in any way. He wants them to be
trying to hide under the water.
completely used to his hands. And he's not wearing a glove. He's not nothing. He wants them to understand that his hand is not a threat. And this one here was trying to convince him that it was just a dead body. They do that a lot. But yeah, so just touching them. I know it sounds so simple, but if you have a little patience and you're willing to do this, it makes an incredible difference in the happiness of your pet and in your own enjoyment of having these animals. You know, once they are an adult and their jaw strength is pretty extreme and they have these big, thick, powerful tails and long claws, you don't want them to hate you because they can hurt you. And you certainly don't want your animal to spend its entire life feeling like it is under imminent threat. So we touch them, we gently show our hands to them, slide our hands underneath them, but we do not grab. We do not constrict them. Within a couple of weeks, they are so used to it, we open the cage, they jump right out to us. It's amazing. These are like 2.5, 3 days old, and already they are learning. That one in the middle is obviously the most frightened of the three. The other two are just watching though. You know, they're not thrashing. They're not racing around crazily, bashing into the sides here. They are just watching cautiously to make sure that no threat comes. But I love watching them progress. And I would say to anyone who buys one of these from us or from somebody else, unfortunately, they do take a step backwards in shipping. It terrifies them. Of course it terrifies them. It really stresses them out. And then another big giant that they've never met opens the box. You're going to have to redo some of this trust work, right? Some reptiles seem to ship really well without too much stress, but these guys, you know, we've shipped a lot of them at this point, and they do not enjoy being shipped. So don't worry, though. If you get one of these out and it's terrified, it's pooping on you, it's flaring its mouth open at you, you know, it obviously is scared, don't worry. You can regain that trust. You know, we try and do this a lot with all of them, as much as we can. And if you are willing to put in the time, you know, every day would be fantastic, but a couple times a week at least, just get them in some lukewarm water. This is about 83-degree water here, just a little bit. You don't want them to have to be swimming nonstop. And it's good for their hydration. Sometimes it'll cause them to poop if they haven't pooped in a little bit. Then you clean it out and you just do a little socialization session like this. It can be 10 minutes and it's very, very, very beneficial. And you can regain what shipping cost you very, very quickly. Don't be afraid of their bite at this size. It's nothing. You know, I should say our instinct is to be afraid of getting bit, of course. But let your logical mind tell you it's nothing. It doesn't hurt. You know, they don't have any venom, of course. There's no way for these little guys to hurt you. So if you're buying a baby from us, absolutely get them used to your hands, get them used to being on your hands, being supported. You know, sometimes we'll lift them up a little bit so they feel the sensation of being picked up. But again, we're not squeezing them, we're not holding on to them. Put yourself in a secure room so that if they jump out onto the floor, you don't have to panic. You just watch them.
They're very quick.
Oh yeah, we've had them get out on this floor a bunch of times, and we just watch them, you know, scoop them back up once you're close enough, and you're totally fine. Some people will kind of like baby-proof their bathroom and do this in the bathtub. Some people have a bedroom that's small enough and they can secure all the edges. Wherever you are, just make sure it's a secure room. They can't get into the walls. They can't get into a heater or anything like that, or under, you know, really heavy furniture.
Crack under the door.
Exactly, because they are very small. But yeah, so again, if you were watching this on mute, you would just be like, oh, random dude sticks his hand in front of some baby lizards. Okay. But I want to narrate here so you can understand, like, there is a purpose to this. And I strongly feel that it is beneficial to all involved. And I don't know if this would work or not with a wild caught animal. I imagine it would, but it would be a lot harder and slower. But for these captive bred ones, you literally see them make progress by the day. Literally by the day. The more consistent you are, of course, like training anything, the more results you will get. So yeah, most of the people who are interested in these animals are already very, very dedicated reptile hobbyists. So take it the next step if you don't already. And a lot of this information and a lot of other information I haven't shared, I get from other hobbyists. You know, we're having a lot of success breeding Postulatus, but we are by no means the most experienced people out there with just raising lizards in general. So look around, get good information from other sources. We learn a lot from other YouTube channels, people who have bought from us, people we have bought from. There's a lot of good stuff out there, and then find what works best for you. And that is all for right now. We have 3 here. Again, I'm sorry, these are all claimed on the waiting list. The waiting list just keeps growing. But they're well worth it. And, you know, eventually we'll have we're raising one up right now that's, what is it, a year and a little bit, maybe 14 months old.
Yeah, I'd have to check, but that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like they really don't hit full growth till they're more like 3. But, and he's perfectly nice. He's safe with us. My kids can pet him. He's getting big. It would hurt now if he were to bite, but he's nice as could be, you know, and we've discovered that his favorite thing on the planet is carrots, and he will love you forever if you just give him some carrots, and that's it. So, that is all. I'll get a couple of close-ups here of our beautiful fresh babies. And we'll do another video here in a day or two talking about something that went wrong with incubation that we really want to talk about, just to spare other people our pain. But there's a reason there's only 3 in here and not 7. We'll just leave it at that for now. But tune into our next video and we will share a sad story with you, but also a good learning experience. So that is all for now. Until next time, we're the Reptile Barn.